That wasn't a foul. Damn, I still didn't grab the phone. What is it? Atlanta? Mm. What you doing, monster?
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
We are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3 quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
To throw on second down, Bradley. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
It's 11 o'clock.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Connection made with Chenault. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They're going to run this with a tight end. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Huh?
They go backwards there 2 yards.
Yeah.
And 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Huh?
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because let's face it, you can't be predictable.
Oh,
Execution was a little lacking.
Trying to focus. Oh, no. Nah, I did. And I feel like the thing still hadn't dinged to tell me.
That's why you act like that. Just riding.
She was standing up under me, jumping up and down.
Bring out an extra
You
defensive
just had to
back
get
here
up
on
there,
3rd.
Huh?
From the gun, Bradley. Dancing to his left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 50. 30.
What's down there, Jaden?
20. 10. 5. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about
Big boy,
the
I'm
6
going to show you. I don't know if they're going to show it.
So here are the Ravens with great
Oh, they ain't
field
sure.
position to start out.
Come on,
They'll
come
be
on,
led
come
out by
on,
the
come
forward
on,
number
come on.
3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel.
Hold on.
Milwaukee starts the quarter with the same guys that ended the quarter. Giannis and Chris Middleton remain on the bench.
Yeah.
It's a long way to go. He's too tired. He ran out of gas.
Too much ruffling. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag. So let's see what this is about.
Sort of survey the coaches. It just feels like the skill
celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count?
That's it. Right as he's trying to get away, let him go. If he's trying to get away, let him go.
And they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be caught. But out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have period.
And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Alexander Madison, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
first carry for Kenneth Gainwell. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. Benjamin. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
And they'll go for it. Lance being chased out left. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And this is going to be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Second down. Benjamin looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing now is Lance. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Lance to throw it. Flush to his right. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will...
Of the team and the guy that leads them.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The victor misdirection now. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that.
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Take it in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read
I never
and
said
find
that
the
way.
creases that they provide. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Madison running on first down.
Good job.
They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison.
No.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Well, this defense for the Ravens, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffling. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And Nick Bolton there on the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And Lance now to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Here's Lance. He'll buy some time right. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Second down and goal. Lance escaping the pressure. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Trey Lance, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give to Madison. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as good running gets him to about the 44. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle, turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready.
He's on nice and
lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage.
Ooh.
How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up. They gave him exactly what they needed.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. They'll run on 1st down. Benjamin.
Oh, wow.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 29, Lance. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll try the left side. Benjamin. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lance. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1-7-3 the score on EA Sports. Take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Hey, yeah, that's good commentary as well.
Great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. From the gun on 3rd down, Bradley. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he will have a Steelers first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. On 1st and 10, Bradley. Over the middle, complete. It's Nash. And he's brought down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side, complete. That's
sir, my ball pump.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know
Good
coaches
job,
preach
boys.
about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
To try again after the sack. Lance. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Now Lance. And that's caught at the 25. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again.
Good job, everybody.
Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they've scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Second and 8 coming up. Operating from the gun, Bradley. And this will be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there.
Keep your helmet out, man.
You nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Boom!
Good job defensively.
Yes, sir. You lucky you didn't come off that ball. Lucky your career ain't over, nigga.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6.
Line this bitch ass up.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of routing, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is brought in at the 20.
Man, I do not want to do that, dog.
7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early lead in that one for the Packers. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Good strong throw and catch right there. And
you doing it? Oh, okay. Nah, I just, it started making more noises. I figured you was doing it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the run is Benjamin. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From midfield, here's Lance. Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, man.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Lance going to throw.
Get off the ball, man. Get off the ball, man.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Madison hit and the ball pops free. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Get up out of here. Oh, I thought I had done a little wiggle. Yes, y'all. Yeah, Alexander Madison, that bullshit.
That play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back, but in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Following the fumble recovery, Lance, he's got it. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Derwin James.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17 and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this time.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Oh, let me have it. Let's go.
Another turnover as this one's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very good.
On first down, Benjamin. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Now a play fake. Lance going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Henry Ruggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
But I felt like his foot is
coming
inside.
from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
That left foot, it looked like it's in. He knocks over the pylon.
Taking a peek at
Oh, yeah, it's fully in. 1 foot's in. Yes, sir, that's fire.
A big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17.
Yeah.
Taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. I need to get my flag back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Let's go, guys.
That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think
I
all
just
they want
realized
to
that I
do
was
is
really
get to the
doing these things
locker
well,
room,
honestly.
try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. So the some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half, and they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception, Bradley. This goes out wide from Madison. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. Looking to throw. Bradley. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before break. Bradley. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Sometimes the visuals don't exactly work out the way you expect. They wanted to let him use his size there and float one up to him, but he wasn't able to get any separation. The DB was right on him and forced the incompletion.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Tua Tagovailoa, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Zach Wilson, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And at halftime, they trail the visiting Titans in that ballgame. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half.
Peanut butter, something. Peanut butter.
For the answer,
Candy, nah, Butterfinger.
Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much.
Butterfinger.
As always, as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Oh, let's get it, fellows.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. Third quarter starts with a run from Gainwell. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space.
Oh, he dropped it. He's down. He's down. He's down. Look at that. He's down. I feel like he's down, bro. There's a turnover there. I gotta do it yourself. Come on, Boo.
There are 2 words
Is he not
that your
down?
coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it.
Oh, he's
They
down.
have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
There we go.
Now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn?
Knee down.
A lot of factors here. Remember,
ball out right there.
Possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. A little jet sweep to start the drive. He's going to be marked out very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. They will run for it with Gainwell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
There's some big dudes over there blocking, honestly.
Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they try the right side here. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens continue to pour it on.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Going to run with Madison again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sideline.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Oh.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bradley. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Bradley. Quickly a slant to Renfro.
Shit.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Yeah.
Upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff. Coming left is Gainwell. Powering his way forward. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 65 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On the run is Gainwell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, up to his hole.
You are watching the
He's second
NFL on EA
string, boys.
Sports. A give running right is Gainwell. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
I haven't even tried it yet. I just opened it.
When they went for that, saying, "Oh wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury."
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Bradley. Back to Renfro again, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
He should have fumbled that one too.
It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Nash. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Bradley. He finds his man. Complete. It's Nash. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Going for it. It's Carter.
Good job,
and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
First down, little
get it
nigga.
to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And quickly, they get to the line. Here's a running play now with Chark, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Man, y'all gotta
and
get
he'll
up
get
that
this up
way.
only to about the 33. Again, a run with Gainwell. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Damn.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradley. Under pressure, they got him again. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Ooh,
That's
good
real
catch, bro.
And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, You're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
We 14 times, ran it 12, 24, 29, 34, ran out 34 times. It's pretty good. Butterfinger, it got little Butterfinger pieces in it here. Little Butterfinger pieces. This funny. Yeah. That's, I forgot that we had until I opened it just now.
Everybody came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea. I didn't go looking at this. Oh, good.